Everyone knows the icons, the Skyline GT-R, the Supra, the M3. But what about the legends that flew under the radar? The ones that didn't get the magazine covers, but still packed serious power, innovation and style. Today we are diving into 5 of the most underrated legendary cars you have probably never heard of. Hidden gems from Nissan, Audi, Volvo, Mazda and Toyota that deserve way more respect. Buckle up, this is the racing helmet. Let's kick things off with the true rally-bred monster, the Nissan Pulsar GTI-R. Built from 1990 to 1994, this was Nissan's answer to Lancia Delta Integral and Subaru WRX STI. It was designed for one purpose, Group A rally homologation. Under the hood, a turbocharged 2-liter SR20 DT engine, the same engine you'd find in a Silvio or 180SX, but mounted transversely for all-wheel drive. It cranked out 227 horsepower and 280 Nm of torque, launching this hatch from 0 to 100 km in under 6 seconds. And get this, it used Nissan's Atesa all-wheel drive system. Sounds familiar? It's the same all-wheel drive tech that made the Skyline GT-R a legend. Unfortunately, due to poor results in World Rally Championship, mostly thanks to reliability issues in high heat conditions and poor management decisions, the Pulsar GTI-R never lived up to its racing potential. But on the street, it was an absolute sleeper, lightweight, turbocharged and grippy. It's basically a JDM rally toy begging to be driven hard. Today, it remains one of the cheapest ways to own a true 90s rally icon, if you can find one. Coming in next, a wagon that embraces Ferraris, literally. Meet the Audi RS2 Avant. Built between 1994 and 1995, the RS2 was the first Audi to wear the RS badge, and it set the tone for everything RS that came after. This wasn't just some regular wagon, this was a collaboration between Audi and Porsche. Yeah, that Porsche. It featured a 2.2-liter inline-5 turbocharged engine pumping out 315 horsepower and 410 Nm of torque, 0 to 100 km, 4.8 seconds. That was faster than the Ferrari 348 in a wagon. Porsche didn't just help with the engine tuning. They also added Porsche-designed brakes, wheels from the 964 Turbo, side mirrors from a 911, and even assembled the car at their own factory in Zuffenhausen. Only around 2,900 units were made, making the RS2 incredibly rare, and even rarer in North America, where it was never sold officially. This was the car that proved wagons didn't have to be boring. It paved the way for the RS4, RS6 and all the insane Audi performance wagons that followed. Also, if you are still watching, consider subscribing for more car content. You think Volvo and you probably think safety, right? But in 1995, Volvo built a turbocharged brick. Enter the Volvo 850 T5R. Developed in partnership with Porsche again, the T5R took the already respectable 850 sedan and wagon and gave it some serious attitude. Under the hood was a turbocharged 2.3-liter inline-5 making 240 horsepower and around 330 Nm of torque. Plenty to get this front-wheel drive wagon from 0 to 100 km in just 6.7 seconds. But what really gave it legendary status was its touring car pedigree. Volvo campaigned the 850 estate in the 1994 British Touring Car Championship. Yes, a wagon in one of the most aggressive racing series at the time. It came in limited colors, black, olive green and the fan favorite cream yellow, and was limited to just 6,964 units worldwide. Today it's a cult classic, fast, boxy, practical, and just a bit mad. Everyone knows the RX-7, but back in late 80s and early 90s, Mazda had another underrated performance coupe, the Mazda MX-6 GT. Under the hood was a F2T, a turbocharged 2.2-liter inline-4 pushing out 145 horsepower and a meaty 260 Nm of torque. That might not sound much today, but in 1988 that was plenty for a front-wheel drive coupe, and the torque hit hard thanks to the low-end boost. But here is what really made it stand out: 4-wheel steering. Yeah, this thing could pivot the rear wheels for the sharper turns at low speed and improved stability at high speed. Mazda was experimenting heavily back then, and it gave the MX-6 GT handling that felt far more advanced than its price tag suggested. The MX-6 GT was quick, touch-packed and comfortable, a legit grand tourer that never got the love it deserved. Today it's a forgotten hero of late 80s JDM scene, and one that's still affordable if you can find one that hasn't been trashed or rusted away. Last but not least, we've got a car that looks like it came out of an anime, the Toyota Sera. Produced from 1990 to 1995 and only sold in Japan, the Sera was never about raw power. It came with a modest 1.5-liter inline-4, making just 110 horsepower, but performance wasn't the point, the design was. The Sera featured butterfly doors, like a McLaren F1. In fact, Golden Boy himself admitted that the Sera was the inspiration for the F1 doors. It also had the glassy canopy roof, futuristic styling, and a lightweight chassis, making it joy to drive in the city. This wasn't a sports car. This was a piece of design history, a car built to be different, to be fun, to stand out. And in a world full of great sedans, the Toyota Sera still looks like it found the future. So, there you have it. 5 underrated legends you might have never heard of, but you will never forget now. The rally-bred Pulsar GTI-R, the Porsche-tuned RS2 Avant, the boxy turbo-brick Volvo T5R, the forgotten tech wonder MX-6 GT, and the sci-fi dream car Toyota Sera. Which one is your favorite? Or did we miss an underrated gem you think deserves more love? Drop it in the comments below. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the Racing Helmet, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into automotive legends. Until next time, keep your revs high and your wheels turning.